I'm Indie, I'm 30, and I was born and raised on the Wirral. I am the artist behind this mockumentary of British values and what being British means to different people. Even though I was born and raised on the Wirral, I have lived in Liverpool. I've lived in New Brighton, Rock Ferry, New Ferry. I've visited numerous parts of the UK. I've lived in Australia. I've visited Dublin, Hong Kong. So as a person, as an individual, I'm all about diversity and culture and just what different people are about and their beliefs and their respects. Probably not the right word, but what I mean is it's like what they respect as a person and what's important to them. Now, I would class myself as a multi-style photographer, but when it comes to art, I'm a little bit of a conceptualist. I like things that are a little bit different, a little bit quirky. So I've created British values and what being British means to you. To me personally, as I've just explained, it's all about diversity. But for me, it's also about the music. Like the music scene in Britain, I think is probably one of the best in the world. We've got the likes of the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Status Quo, all the way up to modern, like Ed Sheeran. And I know the Script aren't technically British, but they're from the United Kingdom, it counts. Um, One thing I like about Britain, just the nature maybe. It's just stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous in some parts. But one thing that I dislike is the government. Cannot stand our government, and the sooner the Tories are out, the better. Which takes me on to my next question. What is my opinion on Brexit? It's a big thumbs down from me. I think Brexit is just going to take away what's left of Britain. Britain used to be such a great nation, and now it's just. What can I really say? I mean, it's completely different to what it was like 30 years ago. And to be honest, I'm not very proud to be British because of all the stuff that's happening lately. And yeah, I just think Brexit is just going to do more damage than good. The next question is, what is my opinion on banning the burqa? And this is where I may cause a little bit of offence because I'm a thumbs up, but I do have my reasons. And I don't think it should be banned everywhere. I just think it should be banned in very public and very busy areas, such as city centres and really busy tube stations. Because I'm not saying that everyone is the same, because they're not. There are people out there who do wear them just purely for religion and their own individuality. That's fine. Haven't got a problem. What I've got a problem with is the very rare few that use them as a disguise to hide bombs, drugs, weapons. It can be quite scary because you don't know what's underneath the whole burqa style outfit, and it can be quite intimidating. So yes, I want people to still wear them because it's part of who they are, but at the same time I'm a little bit nervous of them. And it's just personal opinion. I mean, I'm not a racist at all. And I welcome people from different religions, different backgrounds, and different cultures into this country without a problem. It's just sometimes I do get a little bit scared, and it's only natural as a person to get scared. But anyway, enough from me. I hope you enjoy my mockumentary, and I hope you enjoy other people's opinions. What the footage you're about to see is from both genders and a different variety of ages and backgrounds. So enjoy, and thank you for watching. Cool. Well, this project is all about British values and what being British means to you. So if you'd like to describe in a few words, what being British stands for in your eyes.
I think Britain for me is a huge collection of all sorts of things. I'm Welsh and I identify myself as Welsh British.
Yeah.
And I think Irish people identify themselves as Irish British, Scottish and English, and I think it's the collection of those nations, those kind of home nations that come together to kind of form a bigger part of Britain. So I do see Britain as has lots and lots of parts and lots of
diverse.
Yeah, has lots of different cultures and lots of different kind of areas, sections, interests. But yeah, they all pull together, and that's for me Britain.
Sounds like a good answer. So, what do you like best about Britain? Like, on a whole, and it doesn't have to be anything to do with culture, it's just something that you favour above everything. Well, for me, obviously, it's a cup of tea.
Yeah. I would probably say food and culture, because for me, food and culture goes hand in hand. Like we socialise and we eat and we go out to eat, socialising, and food you have to eat so many times a day, and obviously it forms a huge part of my culture. I love the fact that Britain has all sorts of different types of cultures, different types of influences, tea, different types of kind of cuisines.
Nothing's ever the same.
And I like that diversity that Britain has. I think that's a global thing though as well. I think globalization and global kind of movement and people and how easy it is to travel and everything like that. And I think everywhere's becoming very similar. You can go to any major city in the UK and it feels the same. You can go to any major city in the world and you'll have like Starbucks, it's McDonald's, things like that. So I think that's a negative thing, but I think Britain will always have its own identity in areas of city. So like obviously Liverpool one for me is quite the same as every city across the world, but Bold Street and those kind of areas of Liverpool has a very British kind of like mix of cultures. It does.
It's very busy.
Yeah.
Well, what do you dislike about Britain?
Right, the weather.
Well, yeah, I think we can all agree on that one. So, to the side of you, you've got a couple of props. So I would like you to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down to Brexit.
Okay.
Be honest.
Down. I was down, and now we're here, and it is the only thing. I'm in the middle. That you have to move on with it, because it is happening.
It's the uncertainty of what's ahead. In your personal opinion, would you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to banning the burqa?
Thumbs down, definitely.
What is your reason?
Individual liberty. People have the say. If I want to wear a hat, a balaclava, if I want to wear something cultural, don't know.
It's fair enough.
Personal opinion on what people want to dress and look like.
Yeah, that's very true. One last question. What would you change about Britain if you were in charge of this country?
Politics? I think there's been a huge change, and I think a very negative change in politics the last 5 to 10 years. I think the country obviously is coming out of debt, which is a good thing, but it's been hard for everyone to kind of come through that, and obviously there's more homeless people than ever before. I think there's a lot of kind of starving families now. Soup kitchens and kind of food banks are busier than ever before. So I understand we have to go through this change because the country was in debt. However, there's got to be a slower process to be able to kind of move these things along. I think it's such a hard time for a lot of people living in the UK at the moment.
It's such a shame.
And our great country, it is a great country, is going through a very grey, scary part of the world.
Well, it's a good country. Maybe it'll be great again. Maybe. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
17 years old. I'm originally from Yemen, but I'm a British citizen. I live in Liverpool.
Oh, so what does being British mean to you?
Being British is drinking lots of tea and complaining about the weather. Wait, not complaining really. Well, just making comments about the weather. Like, for instance, today is like really sunny, really good weather to go out for like a walk, a picnic, the beach. Yeah, I love the beach. Getting an ice cream. And being British means respecting others' religion, race, background, and not being racist, and yeah, and just like tolerating others and respecting them the way they are. Like, for doesn't matter despite their sexuality, their religion, their opinions, respect their opinions. And being British is equality and not preferring other people because they just, yeah, well, you from me hometown, I'm going to respect you, I'm going to treat you better. No, it's we all treat each other equally.
So, what do you like and dislike about Britain most? What are your favourite things?
Well, my favourite things is, well, the trains. I love the trains and the post office. I like I don't use emails or stuff. I'll just post someone a letter. And I look like everyone will be like, what? It's just like
No,
really
no,
old fashioned.
we should bring old fashioned back.
Yeah,
Get off our phones once in a while.
yeah.
So, what do you dislike?
There's not really like something I don't like, but maybe the weather. Yeah, too cold, too rainy, but it's good now. I love it now.
Definitely.
Yeah, we need a little bit of sun once in a while.
We do indeed.
Yeah.
So, would you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to Brexit?
Thumbs down.
And a thumbs up or a thumbs down to banning the burqa?
No, that's a thumbs down. Cause, well, it's a bit of both. Cause, well, someone could be a terrorist or something, and they'll wear it to cover their face, so no one knows their identity. But again, it's someone's like personality. They want to wear it. They wear it. It's
Yeah.
part of their personality. We can't just stop them from wearing something.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it does like threaten people because they'll be like, oh, they look suspicious and stuff. But not necessarily all the time.
No, you've just got to open your mouth and ask.
Yeah.
So, what would you change about Britain if you could?
The homeless people, I'd look after them more. Yeah, they do. I mean, we all have this thought in our minds like, he's a homeless people, he's gonna steal something off me, he's gonna kill me, he's gonna beat me up. Not really. Well, there's in everything there's good and bad. So you can't just judge people by the way they look and by the way they dress or something.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think I'll take more care of them. And like I've been in hospital yesterday and I've seen this homeless person, and like they wouldn't treat him because they said he's been a bit aggressive to the staff, but I didn't witness any of that. So I think they're just being a bit rude to him, really. Because if a person is ill, they do need treatment.
Yeah.
No matter if they're aggressive or like being rude to you or something, they just need treatment because they're not feeling well. Are you just gonna leave a person die because they're being rude?
No. Well, I appreciate your time, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm 17. I'm from Liverpool.
Cool. So, what does being British mean to you?
Being British to me, well,
British values. What
British
comes to mind?
home, like from Britain, aren't I? So thinking like live like the main cities. What comes to mind when I think of Britain are obviously Liverpool, London and Manchester, like, so, Scouse, like, that comes to mind, obviously.
So you're proud to be from
Yeah,
Liverpool?
I'm proud to be from Liverpool.
So name something that you like about Britain and something that you dislike.
I like the love for tea. I love the tea.
Cool.
Something I dislike. Don't know. Can't think of nothing. Love Britain. Nah, I'd probably say the weather's poo.
That's been a quite popular answer, to be honest.
Yeah.
So what would you change then about Britain if you could?
I'd probably want to change, like, I don't know, because the only thing I dislike really is like the gang culture, like, so I'd want to like not have gangs if I could change that, but I don't think I'm changing them.
Makes sense. So, okay, you've got your little props. Can you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down to Brexit? And what would you say about banning the burqa? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Cool. That's all I need. Thank you very much. Morning. Would you just like to introduce yourself to the camera? Yes. Hello, Shanice. Basically, I'm doing a project on British values and what it means to be British to people. So, what does being British mean to you?
That's a really hard question. I can name stuff that you typically think, well, I typically think of British, so like cups of tea and like the royal family and those sorts of things. In terms of what it means to me, is actually really like difficult to answer.
Okay. Well, what do you like and dislike about Britain?
Don't like the weather when it rains.
That's a very popular answer.
I suppose that there's lots of different like different areas you can go to, like major cities or countryside, so so you don't really have to drive too far to get to a bit of countryside, because it's nice to have a bit of variety.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Okay, so the next part is you've got your little props. So, would you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to the new Brexit? I agree with that one. And a thumbs up or a thumbs down to this rule about trying to ban the burqa?
A bit indifferent to it, so I don't know, thumbs down.
Yeah. No, I'm the same, because everyone is, free to dress however they please. Well, one last question. If you could change something about Britain, what would you change? It could be anything in the world.
Some of the things the government does.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for taking part.